The other question is, do you wheelie a lot?
Sometimes. Well, I do have a treat for you today. So, over the weekend, I had to drop the Streetfighter off at So-So to get some new tires on it. These spicy Pirelli Super Corsa V4s. They had Dave Moss coming to town. Now, I figured I'd miss out on my opportunity. I had to go in there, pick up the bike on Sunday. Typically, they're closed on Sunday, but because Dave was there, they're still open. So, went there, got a surprise opportunity. He had a slot that opened up, and I was able to get the bike tuned by him. Enjoy the video. Drop down in the comment section if you've ever met Dave in the past. All right, catch you later.
On the bike?
Okay.
How many miles are on it?
About 9,000, over 9,000.
So 8 to 10,000 is the service interval for the forks and the shock.
Okay.
So somewhere around there it needs to get done, especially with a high performance bike. So go ahead, set your feet up.
Okay.
And then key in the ignition, because we'll get to that in a little bit.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so at this point, what we're going to do is measure you to the bike and check how much it compresses, and then if we need to change preload, we will.
All right.
The other question is, do you wheelie a lot?
Sometimes.
Okay, are you aware that you have reached mechanical bottom repeatedly in the front?
I have.
And when I get done with measuring, I'm going to show you so you can actually film that. So stay still.
All right.
Compressed. Okay, 575 dismount for me.
All right.
575 to 610. So that's 35. What's important is the pickup in the back of the bike, and that needs to be a 1/4 inch. So that's appropriate.
Okay.
Now come around this side of the bike. We always look at what's dirty and what's clean.
Okay. Yep, and I don't wash my bike very often.
So you've been smashing mechanical bottom often. Okay. So that's quite concerning.
That is. It's quite concerning.
Especially on a bike of this expense. So come around this side with me while we go through the dash.
All right. Do you want me to move this out of your way?
Nope.
Okay.
So we want to go into riding mode. You're in sport. We go down to DES.
Oh, I usually live in a race.
So at this point, dynamic is good for the street.
Okay.
And fixed is good for good pavement, of which there's very little to be had.
Yeah.
So if we go into dynamic, we can change it by going to custom. So you are bottomed out. -5 is minimum, +5 is maximum.
Okay.
Because you're bottomed out, we're going to go to +2, so that when you brake, the fork goes through the stroke slower.
Okay.
That makes sense? We're going to select that and bring it back. The front fork is also too soft, so we're going to +2. Now your shock absorber, the mathematics of you on the bike, the sag's good, the static sag's good.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave it at 0.
All right.
And then your steering damper should always be +1 for any dynamic mode.
Okay.
So we've done with that. Now, we need to go all the way back. So, dynamic, custom dynamic, brake. So you're +2, and they left you in sport, so that might be why.
Okay.
We don't know yet.
All right.
So I'm going to bump you in race to 3.
All right.
And 3.
If that's the case, I can
Shock absorber is too hard at 2. So we'll go +1, so it's just a little bit firmer than sport. Steering damper at 3 is too much. Acceleration at 2 will be better. It's a brand new tire.
Yeah. So actually we were talking about we might be able to find my old tires because they just got done changing them.
So here?
We well have looked at these old tires last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Now, I'm going to go into fixed.
Okay.
I'm not going to activate fixed, but I'm going to set it.
Okay.
So because you brake hard, we're going to go to 8. Rebound with a lot of miles on the bike needs to be at 8 because we're close to service. Rear compression today is way too hard, meaning the front's just getting crushed.
Okay.
So we're going to set that to 12.
All right.
And rear rebound at 10 is a little too much. We'll change that to 12. Steering damper in race, 8 to 10 is appropriate.
Okay.
And we're out. Oop. So at this point, you're still in dynamic. I'm going to switch you to race.
Okay.
And now you're in race mode. So when you ride it now, the question is, where's that going to go? So I'm going to put a cable tie in the front.
Okay.
These can stay on as long as you want, or as little as you want. That would be today for the test ride, because it just shows you accurately how much travel you're using. So periodically, about every 6 weeks, 2 months,
Yeah.
you go ahead and set it on, and at that point it tells you where you're at. And if you got better and start braking harder, and then mechanically you're back here, and then the fork's too soft, so now you need to change this setting with preload.
Okay.
And wind it on clockwise 3 complete turns.
Okay. Clockwise 3 complete turns.
So that's when it gets down here. But for the street, I prefer a finger clear,
Makes a lot of
because then you
sense.
got a buffer, and if you have to panic, you have something left. If there's nothing left, the front axles are fulcrum, the rear wheel's up, and now you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna go ride. We're
Okay.
gonna see where that goes, and based on where it goes, if we need to, these have to come off and I have to adjust on the cat for free.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome.
I'll see you in a few minutes or
20 minutes.
About 20 minutes.
Because you got to warm the forks
Yeah,
up again, and then when you come back, it goes over there.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
And then if I need to adjust it again, we adjust it again and send you again.
All right.
And
Perfect.
it might take 2 or 3 goes at it, and when we're done, you'll settle up.
Awesome. I'm ready to take it out on a test drive right now and see if the changes have made any difference. But I'm on brand new tires, so I'm not going to be able to really have a whole lot of fun with it. But, all right. Dude, I love his beard. Let's burn in this tire real quick. That's what I said, I gotta burn it in. It freaking dead hooked. Woo, yeah, buddy. Yeah, let's do it. I'll just follow your line. Here we go. Oh, this is a better turn. Woo! I think I know where my suspension's been bottoming out. Now that I think about it, because I'm not hard on the brakes, and when I wheelie, I usually come down real soft. I think I know where it's at now. Yeah. That's why I was like, just aim for the middle. Oh yeah. Oh, this road sucks. All right, so actually I think I know, because we went on a road that I ride every day, because I ride this bike daily. I think I know it was bottoming out my shocks. So on the road into my work, there's a lot of these big dips. I'm not doing the speed limit when I hit them. So I think that right there is where it was bottoming out, was right about there. And I took it kind of about the same speed I normally do, just kind of see. But I was talking with him on the way back in, and I was like, I don't really use the brakes that hard. I usually engine brake. But I was like, on my daily ride, there is one road that I know I found the bottom of the shocks. And it was that one. So we went over there, and as you can see, the adjustments helped. Yeah. But we go through it, and
so at this point, the stiffness I made was a little too much.
Okay.
Because generally, if you come around where I'm stood right here,
yeah,
I'm going to point it to you because you need the angle with the sun.
Yeah.
All the tree rings.
Yeah.
Right? And it comes down to here. And then below that is where you got suddenly.
Okay.
So here's where you're working most of the time.
All right.
So it's massively too stiff, but you didn't bottom out.
Okay.
So we now need to go back into your fork settings and reduce them from 3 to 1.
Okay. All right.
And then that should give you the compliance. So your daily is going to be tree rings.
Okay.
Your big bump is going to be a clear section. And that's how you read the fork travel.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and fix that.
Oh, hey. We did pretty good on that little street ride.
Yeah.
I wasn't even really trying to lean it, though. I was trying to stay up.
That would be enough. Your tires will.
I saw that, man. You got here kicking the leg out.
You did good.
We've talked a little bit over the internet. I'd commented on one of your videos asking about how some of the wear that you see on tires, like the scabbing, the peeling and whatnot, that everybody gets all excited about, if that's due to poor tire inflation, overworking the tire, or if that's a good sign or a good indicator that you're doing something right on the track and you responded. So that has some things to do with it.
So on this, like you said, learning the bike, the flat black here, that's where you're basically on gas with intent.
Mm-hmm.
Shiny here is where you're coasting, picking the throttle up to 20%, and then all these random black dots is where you're coasting, lining the bike up, letting the entry speed pull the bike in before you pick the throttle up.
Okay.
So there's 3 unique bands, right?
Yeah.
And you just look at the bands. Now if you look at it from my side, looking down here, you'll see all the black dots.
Okay, yeah, the clouds, that's what you're calling them before, right?
So black dots is compression too hard, and when you look at it this angle, you can see them all here.
Okay.
But when you come around this side of the tire, you see lots of upside down clouds.
Okay, yeah.
So you can look at it 2 ways. It doesn't matter. You can look at it either direction. But now we know now that you're safe.
We're talking about that stuff.
Yep, that type of stuff. Because on my bike,
This was mine on the track. I was having some tear issues, but like that's.
yeah, that's what everybody's like. Oh my God, look how hard I've been pushing my bike.
You want to test ride?
Yeah,
again and see where it goes?
Yeah, we can go on another.
Second setting and see what you get.
All right, thank you, Dave. Whoa, hey there, big guy. That's one of my that's one of the roads I really want to freaking go on. Yeah. Ooh, that's a big bump. The bike took it real well though. Yeah, I can definitely feel the difference in the suspension and where I expect it to be a little bit more soft. It's not like I'm expecting a little bit more bite, I guess. I like this road right here because you can see everything that's going on as you're going through here. You look through the turns, so there's no surprises. Except for this one, if there's a car that's real low below those bushes, you can't see them.
You're up there. With the newer setting, you're down to here regularly.
Yeah.
And then this is your big bump section right here. So that overall, in going from 3 to 1 for fork and braking, is by far the better setting.
Yeah, no, I definitely noticed a difference. It was a little, now when I go to do track days and whatnot, I could go and probably, what would you recommend? Stiffening it up or softening it? If
I would
go to
ride
like
the first 2 sessions,
Yeah.
get your eye in, find your timing, relax. Where is it at the end of the second session?
Yeah.
If you're down to this less than a finger, then you would go 1 to 2
Okay.
for fork and brake.
Okay.
Go ride it again. If by noon you check it and you back down the same spot, I go 2 to 3. So prove that you need the hardest setting, earn it.
Okay.
And at that point it makes sense because your ability is asking for it versus, oh, I'm going to the track, I'm going to set it from 0 to 4.
Okay.
And it won't turn, it won't do anything because it's just so hard.
That makes
So
sense.
put it into the zone where it requires the adjustment, make the adjustment. As you continue to learn and get better and refine your brake on and off, plus the pressure and duration, so you use more pressure in the same duration because you're going faster, cable tie will go down. When it gets back to that zone, which may be your following track day, then you go up again.
Okay.
So it's systematically proving you need the next adjustment versus put it in too fast, the bike doesn't handle right, and you're learning degrades.
Okay. Is that a common misconception?
Very.
Could you address any other misconceptions that most people have?
Tire pressure, many people get it wrong. They use somebody else's gauge, which throws it off. Always use your own gauge.
Okay.
Generally, you want to start somewhere at 30-30, generally, unless they're very specific track-focused tires, where you might be 19 to 22 covered. But you got to learn and read what pressure you need before you get to the track. So that's another big misconception.
Okay.
And then leaving the bike at 90 degrees to the sun all day heats a black wheeler, which preheats the tires. So use the sun. Everybody
Okay.
puts their bike in the shade and goes out on literally cold tires. That's free. Use it.
That makes a lot of sense.
So those are the quick hacks that really can help people not make mistakes
Okay.
that can cost them money and introduce fear into their day.
Yeah,
You don't
that
want
makes
that.
yeah, makes a lot of sense. A lot of people don't think about that. I didn't think about it, but I haven't gone to any track days myself.
Sure. So the big thing about track days is relax. You've got all day, and everybody goes out there and rushes and finds themselves in a braking situation where they're just not trained via experience, not via one-to-one coaching, but via experience. So their eyes can't adjust to the speed. Their eyes don't know where the speed is. Brakes go on randomly, and all kinds of trouble ensues. So for braking, you brake light, you brake long, and learn how to approach the corners. When it's nice and warm at 1 o'clock to 3:30, 4 o'clock, then have good pace, because now you have like great comedy, excellent timing.
Okay,
For
that
your
makes
brake
sense.
on and off point, your turning point and apex, and your speed is higher and sustained. That's a win-win.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Right. Well, I appreciate you, Dave.
You're welcome.
Your time. I'll go settle up with you.
Yes, sir.
We didn't need to make any adjustments to the rear at all.
On the spring tension, because that's correct.
Okay, perfect.
So mathematics is your initial starting guide.
Okay.
Where you go from there depends on the rider, the skill level, and the way they ride.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. This was a special treat to be able to get the bike tuned by Dave Moss, the legend himself. So Furio is now even better. Took him out on a little Tuesday night ride out through some twisties, back in the woods. And I can say I did notice a significant difference. It was so much more confident. Not that it wasn't confident before, because let's just be honest. It's a Streetfighter V4S. But it was a whole lot more refined because it was set up to my weight. And we were able to adjust it. He'd mentioned in the video that I had hit mechanical bottom multiple times, and that has to be due to these bumps that I hit on a regular basis when I ride the bike to work, which is almost daily. And so knowing that, I've got to go and take the bike in to get the shocks serviced. It is about that time. Bike's got over 9,000 miles on it. Service interval, like Dave said in the video, is about 7,000 to 8,000 miles. And it hasn't been an easy life. So, catch y'all on the next ride.
Wake up, today's